Hello and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Virgo for 2023. As you know, Virgo, 2023 is a year of the water rabbit, and the rabbit is a symbol for longevity, peace, prosperity, so it's definitely going to be a year of hope. And also the rabbit is associated with the moon, so it's going to require you, dear Virgo, to go in on the inside and reevaluate some of your thoughts, the quality of your thoughts, to reevaluate some of the feelings that you may have had going into this year, and to let go of whatever it is that you can let go, perhaps a situation, a circumstance, something from the past, or a specific experience that did not that is no longer kind of bringing anything to your life. Do remember that this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not apply to you. Only take what you resonate with and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Seven of Wands, clarified by the Knight of Swords. In the challenging position, we have the Ten of Cups, clarified by the Page of Wands. In the advice from Spirit position, we have the Two of Cups, clarified by the Four of Pentacles. In the first part of 2023, we do have the Death card, clarified by the High Priestess. And in the second part of 2023, we do have the World card, clarified by the Two of Swords. So if we start from the beginning, in the past position, we do have the Seven of Wands, which is definitely a card of kind of standing your ground and defending what you believe in. All the while there is change that is taking place, all the while kind of taking care of many different things all at once, because we do see the Knight of Swords in the clarifying position, and with one hand he's holding on to the horse basically, and with the other hand he's got his sword all ready to go. So it's, you know, very action oriented card, if you will. But definitely, dear Virgo, you understand analysis better than any other sign of the zodiac. You also understand perseverance better than any other sign of the zodiac. You understand that it takes a lot of action on your part to create, to cultivate experience, to cultivate knowledge, and then to create something that it is that you want to see manifest in your life. So you may have felt quite a bit of pressure recently to kind of produce the progress that you wanted to see in your life, and so you did level up to an advantageous position, because this person does stand on high ground. He has quite a bit of experience, he has a lot of knowledge and understanding, and he has mastered things as well. So Virgo, you are definitely moving into a year that's going to define your life. This is going to be a very life-changing year that is going to set you into a new in a new direction, where you will create things you have previously thought were not possible for you. Now, in the challenging position, you do have the Ten of Cups, and that could mean a few different things. You could be feeling like you're trapped in a relationship that you're not really feeling that much. So it could be that you're not really connected to the people that are in your life. Maybe it's a friendship, maybe it's a partnership, but there's something that you may feel is missing from that connection or from that relationship. You may feel that someone in that connection has a hidden agenda and is not willing to compromise. That could also, represent your energy, because in tarot, energy is exchangeable, if you will, reversible, if you will. But it is definitely important not to put on a kind of appearance of pretense. And that's what the Ten of Cups symbolizes, that sometimes when it appears in the challenging position, we tend to pretend that things are wonderful and great, all the while feeling very different on the inside. And that means you are disintegrating. You're not integrating. You're splitting, your public face from your private place. And it's important, face. And it's important to remember to continue to be whole, which means you have to integrate the anger and the resentment and the dissatisfaction, because you are enough. When you are happy, you are enough. When you're not so happy, you're also enough. You should feel safe showing the world how you feel, as long as you communicate clearly and come from a calm place, and you're able to kind of discuss, what sort of you need versus what you don't need with the person that you trust, or a person that you're interacting with. You should be able to do that and get the results that you want. It does definitely fall upon you to communicate clearly, and the first and foremost thing is to kind of meditate and to get your energy to come from a calm space. That's why we do grounding techniques. That's why it's important to remember that energy is something that lives inside of you, and other people pick up on that, because everyone has the same energy. Everyone has different bodies, and body is the thing that has personality and ego and all of that. But your energy, all of you, come from the same source. The energy is completely identical. When the energy goes into the body, it becomes it sort of forgets, and it becomes very individualistic. And individual advancement is wonderful and great and amazing, and it does help the collective, but it's also important to remember that all energy is pretty much the same, and all it requires is love. And there are different frequencies of love, there are different vibrations, but you should be able to feel secure and stable to express how you feel without feeling overly judged or kind of disliked because of that, dear Virgo. Now, the Page of Wands is in the clarifying position, and it does tell me you may be struggling, to kind of see things through. Sometimes, we start all kinds of things, but we don't really stay committed to the task at hand in order to get them finished. We tend to prioritize and focus, sometimes mistakenly, on what we believe is important, and leave the other things kind of by the side, if you will. So it's important to be patient. It's important to see things through to the end, even though they might not be perfect. It's important to give yourself enough patience. It's important to give other people that are in your life to have enough, to treat them with patience as well. Now, in the advice from Spirit position, you have the Two of Cups, which is all about, it's a message from the divine that you need to connect with people, that you need to attract like-minded people into your tribe, because it is very important to for energies to kind of feel like they can come together, right? Because collectively we create a bigger heart. Separately you have quite a lot of energy that comes from your heart, but when you come together with other people and you interact, you build that collective heart up, and it gives you quite a lot of fuel in a way, for lack of the better word. So it's important in 2023 to connect with someone who sees things the way you do. It could be a friend, it could be a partner, it could be someone who has a common ground, someone who can provide you with an extra perspective, someone that can understand, your emotional needs, someone that can willingly engage with you in give and take, if you will. And clearly, this connection will be quite profitable to you because you have the Four of Pentacles in the clarifying position, which brings a certain amount of stability, especially when it comes to resources. Remember that not all abundance comes in the form of money, because abundance can be different. When you are stuck on an island where there are no banks, your money doesn't mean anything. So abundance comes in many different ways, and it should be appreciated because it is important. Now, in the first part of 2023, we have the Death card clarified by the High Priestess. That is, for me personally, quite an interesting combination, dear Virgo, because death is letting us know that something in your life needs to change. So it could be that you need to stand up and say, I am letting go of pursuing this promotion. Because it's driving me nuts. I'm letting go of living in this location, and I'm just gonna move because I need a change of scenery. I need to feel rejuvenated. I need to feel a brand new beginning, because it will give me air under my wings, and it'll give me flight. I will, it's about pivoting, It's about creating a new perspective, creating a new circumstance, creating a new situation. And in order for that, you have to let go, because you're not God. You cannot handle all the circumstances and all the connections. You can only handle, as much as the body, which is body limits us, right? Because we can only do so much. We require sleep, and we require food, and we require all kinds of things. Our energy does not. Our energy that lives inside of us doesn't sleep, doesn't eat, doesn't anything, it just is. And so that is important to remember. That's why I always recommend meditating, because when you're meditating, the body might feel like, I don't want to sit here, I don't want to be still, but the energy appreciates the stillness. And when you connect with the energy, you are connecting with your soul, and you are connecting with something bigger than yourself. And that is what gives you the peace and the love, because energy just is. It doesn't need a promotion. It doesn't need a house. It doesn't need anything. It just is. And it very much enjoys, obviously, connecting with energies that are around us, that are on the same frequency and on the same vibration. So the death definitely is telling me that something in your life needs to be changed, and you are in queue for happening, for creating this change, to bring it about. You are kind of walking up to the bat, and you're gonna swing, and you're going to create the change that you need to have in your life, because you are not a statue. You cannot not evolve. Evolution is part of life. And so it's interesting that you have the High Priestess in the clarifying position, because this change is kind of accompanied by something mysterious. You are brave enough. You will go through it quite well. But it's interesting because the High Priestess, it's all the knowledge in your subconscious. So whatever is stored in your subconscious is driving you to create something better. And you will be following your intuition. You will be trusting your instincts. You will be, that gut feeling that you don't understand where it comes from, but, you just feel a certain way. But definitely in 2023, it's going to be a pivotal year for you, because you will make the impossible possible. And this is why you have the world. The world is a omen. It's a symbol that you have completed something, that you have mastered something, that the cycle of what you were going through is now over, and now you're encroaching upon a new cycle that's going to take you in a new direction. And I think you've mastered the indecision. I think that you've mastered this kind of, I want to please everyone, but I also want to please myself. It's kind of like always being in this position where you're kind of torn apart. I think that you have mastered it, really, really well, and you're moving forward to new and incredible successes in your life, dear Virgo. Let's see what we can clarify with the energy oracle card that I pulled earlier today. We have contract. So anytime you have a contract, remember, contracts are not just legal. They can be soul contracts. They can be contracts between like friends, where you are connected with someone based on a mutual understanding. Be careful with the contract, because you promise and you have to deliver on the promises and on the obligations and all the responsibilities, and it's important to do it in all spheres of your life. Sometimes you have an unspoken contract. Sometimes you have a contract you're not even aware of, to provide love, to provide nurture, to provide understanding to whoever may be in your life. So be alert when you are dealing with kind of like compromising, when you're dealing with negotiations. Be alert specifically when contracts come into play, in whatever form they may come. Let's see what we can clarify with an angel oracle card, and we've got communicate clearly, of course. Yeah, communicating clearly is very, very important, and the better you communicate, the more successful you are, because it's an art form. It is hard to master. People think, well, I know how to speak, I know these words, what's so hard about it? You just say them. True, but communicating, when you are just needing directions, that is one form of communication. But when you are explaining to someone how you feel, it's a whole different form of communication, right? And so it's important to write things down. Always, always, always write things down. It helps you flush things out. It helps you get rid of the words you don't need, just like. For example, a lot of times people say, I just wanted to reach out. No, I wanted to speak with you. You have to have a clean kind of way of communicating, because the cleaner it is, the more precise it is. The working on the tone of communication, it's also very important, because people take you all kinds of different when you speak in a certain way, and so that is very, very important, for opening doors, for making connections, for networking, for impressing people. It's important. So make sure you really, really work on your communication skills. And writing is important because it helps you kind of pay attention to the quality of your thoughts. The better the thoughts, the better the communication. But let's see what we can clarify with an ancestor angel card. And we have the Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. So 2023 is a time where you go for it. If you want to be friends with someone, you need to approach them, and you need to talk to them, and you need to impress upon them that you want to be their friend. Sometimes it takes a little while to convince people. Sometimes you have to call a couple of times, you have to stop by a couple of times, you have to send it's okay to pursue other people, to be friends with them. It's okay to pursue something that you really want, as long as you do it in a respectful manner, as long as you do it out of the positive intention, if you will. So be the hunter. The hunter has to put on the bow and whatever else and go out there and walk through the wet forest, or get up really early and not stay in bed and where it's warm and comfortable and be lazy or whatever. Go out there and get it and try. If one door is closed, you knock on the next one and the next one and the next one. But do remember that just because a door opens for you doesn't mean it's the right door. I hope you enjoyed this reading, dear Virgo. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Do also leave me comments. I greatly appreciate receiving comments from you. Thank you so much. It just lights up my day. You just have no idea how much I look forward to those. And also don't forget to visit me on Instagram, and I will see you soon.